Hello and welcome to another AIC Productions video. This is just a real quick video. Today I have parked in my driveway my dad's 2017 Fiat 124 Spider Prima Edizione. This is such a pretty car. Tomorrow is Father's Day and he asked me for Father's Day what he would like is his maps updated and do some tweaks to the infotainment system. I'm the technical person in the house, and so my parents often rely on me for technical assistance on stuff. So I am happy to provide that service. So I got to drive it around a little bit yesterday. Last night after running over their house, they have my Infinity for the day while I work on this. So in some regards, because I'm working on it, I'm not actually getting to drive it around. They're probably going to have more fun because my dad likes fast cars and my Infinity is pretty quick. So I would say that this is probably one of the most attractive cars, to me at least, that you could buy right now. It's such a pretty car, especially with the top down, and if you get it in a good color. That's one thing, is they have too many colors that just don't work. A lot of black, silver, and I find that that hides the lines too much on the car, personally. The white looks okay, but they have a darker blue out right now that looks great. Now, unfortunately, Fiat is doing terrible in the US right now, and they're just not selling any cars, which, you know, that's a thing of their own making, since they insisted on making one car, making several editions of it, and selling it all under the same name with no real differentiation between them. It is the poor choice for them. They should have moved to the SUV market versus the small car market. When they first came here, it was a smart decision, but since then they needed to have come out with something else. So there's been no big changes or updates to the Abarth, or to the 500 at all. You know, it looks the same, it has the same engine, drivetrain, all that stuff. So and it's been like 7 or 8 years. It's a really long time to not update a car. And so I'll be sad when they quit selling Fiats here, because that means no more Spiders as well, probably. Would be my guess, at least. I don't know if they'll quit selling the 500s and just sell these, though, or what, but they're not selling too hot either, because not a lot of Fiat dealerships, not a lot of, you know, just knowledge of the car in general, I think. Obviously, it's called a Fiat because it's based off of Miata, but of the two, I think this is a much more attractive car for sure. Anyways, besides the looks, it drives and handles amazingly well. Yeah, in my personal opinion, from the Miatas I've driven, this is the more comfortable car that you would want to daily drive of the two. Some people might prefer the harshness of the Miata, but if you're just wanting a drop-top coupe to drive around and not be on a racetrack, you don't need something that's quite as stiff. And this is still a pretty firm ride. It is not a soft car in any way, shape, or form. My dad has just shy of 10,000 miles on it, which obviously it's not his daily driver, but they do a lot of road trips in this. I'm always amazed. They've driven from, we were in Arizona, they've driven to Texas, New Mexico, up to Utah. They've driven this car a lot on long road trips. And my dad's physically significantly smaller than me. I'm nearly 6 foot, and he is 5 inches shorter than I am, and 4 inches shorter than I am, something like that. So he fits in this car great. I do find the car to be tight, and I am overweight. I'm pretty heavy. I'm about 250, and so squeezing into this little seat is a bit tight. I've recently lost 20 pounds, so if I lose another 20-30 pounds, I probably fit a little bit better. So this is not for big American butts. It's for skinny Japanese and European butts. So the interior is very Mazda. They didn't do anything special to differentiate it, really, except for, you know, a Fiat badge here and a Fiat badge here. A couple things. I love the tachometer being in the middle. You know, it's something that, you know, a lot of high-end sports cars do, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, that sort of stuff. So that's kind of cool. The speedometer, on the other hand, and this is true with a lot of cars, my Infiniti is not really any different. The speedometer goes up to a ridiculously high speed. You're not going to drive this car 150 miles an hour. And if you are, why is from 90 to 150 a range that you'll almost never ever see, given as much room as from 30 to 90? It's something that early Saabs did. My 99, 03, 07 Saabs, what they did is they compressed from 90 to whatever the top speed that they had listed, like 150, 170, something like that. They compressed that down to be a small section, and then that allowed more room on the dial for the speed you're typically going. So I wish more car manufacturers did that, just to give a more readable display. I find it, especially with a car like this, you're not going to be driving it a whole lot, and speed in this thing is pretty deceptive. And so I sometimes find it hard to be going an appropriate speed on the freeways, and it'd be nice if this was a little bit quicker to read, or if they had the speed somewhere digitally on somewhere else that was a number versus just the dial. That's just personal preference, though. And a lot of manufacturers do this just because of the new infotainment screen stuff. Have these big old fat screens that stick up. This isn't going to age well, in my opinion. It's nice for now because it has all your infotainment, navigation, all that jazz, so you're going to need a nice big screen. I just wish they found a way to integrate it a little bit more. I do like that it's not motorized. A lot of them have it where it lays flat when you turn the car off and then it raises up. That's just going to break. That's just one more thing that's going to be broken in the car. What else? I don't know. I've reviewed this car. I've talked about it before. When my dad first got it a couple years ago. It's been 3 years. Oh my goodness. But it is such a nice car. If you're looking for a fun, sporty car, man, you really only have two options that are truly affordable and give you the driving satisfaction that a car like this gives you, and that's this and the Miata. And if it was my money every single day, I'd buy one of these over a Miata of the current gen, just because I like the way they look better, plain and simple. I love the mechanical roof. It's one-hand operation to open and close it. So easy, so simple. I can do it sitting in the driver's seat without help. Don't need no stinking motors to do that. It's so fast too. It takes like 2 seconds. You could be driving around with the drop top on, man. It's a great car. But yeah, definitely need to be a little bit on the thinner side of things if you're going to be doing that. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section down below. Happy to answer those, and I hope you have an amazing day.